Adventuring with Jaren. On this episode, we're in Idaho. We're going to Dismal Swamp. It's up above Featherville, kind of by Trinity Lake, or Trinity Lakes. So I got Bodhi along for the adventure, and we're gonna be doing some camping and crystal collecting around Dismal Swamp. I'm hoping to get into some good crystals this time. I know last time we got rained out and we didn't find many crystals, and I have a feeling we may be getting rained out again. It kind of looks like it's clearing up west, which is kind of the way the wind's blowing, so maybe the rain has passed, but we'll find out. We got to get up the mountain and get our camp set up. It's kind of I think it's around 3:30 or 4 in the afternoon, so we got to get up there. Time is ticking. That is Anderson Ranch Reservoir. We'll be driving around the reservoir and heading up the mountain somewhere off over there. Towards the top of the mountain is where we're camping. Bro. You good?
Un favor, llévame hasta más allá.
You need a ride up there?
Desde la entrada, la primera entrada a la segunda. De la primera que entra, arriba, a la segunda. Ahí nomás.
I can take you back down there or up there? You need to go down there? Which way are you going?
No, para arriba nomás. He ido a llamar abajo. Y estoy volviendo.
I'll take you down there? You need to go down and make a phone call?
Ya subo. Thank you, thank you.
Okay, so I don't know if you caught that, but I just had to help a gentleman. I didn't have to help him. I gave him a ride up the road. I was confused because I thought he said he needed to make a phone call. So I was gonna turn around and take him down where you get service. But instead he said he just got done making a phone call and he needed a ride back up the mountain, but there's a big language barrier. So that was interesting. But I gave him a ride up to, I guess, where he and another worker had a tractor with something on the back like weed killer or fertilizer. So, or maybe water. They could be herding some sheep up here somewhere. So that was cool. He had like 3 miles to walk. So I gave him a ride up the mountain 3 miles. He was very thankful, and I'm glad I could help him. A badger. I've never seen a badger. There was just a badger running along the road. Bodhi, you're not getting out after that thing, dude. That thing would... Bodhi, that badger would tear you up. Well, that was cool. I don't know if you saw that up on the left side of the road, but that was a badger. I've never seen one. Alright, so we are at the Trinity Ridge and Pfeiffer Creek Road crossing. Pfeiffer Creek Road takes you to Boise River. This road, 11 miles, takes you to Trinity Lake. Trinity Lakes. Trinity Lake Road. This is the roughest part of the road. We'll see how it is after the winter. It was pretty rough last year coming up it, so we'll see if we can make it up without any issues. There's so much life out right now. Squirrels, deer, badgers. Man, and it's beautiful as ever up here. I'm so glad there hasn't been any forest fires yet this year. So the inversion is basically next to nothing right now up here. You can see for probably 100 miles off into the background, off into the distance. It's amazing. This is that spot last year. Right here is where I ran into that car. A car was on this road. Can you believe it? I don't know how he made it out of here. But he said he came up this way, so I told him it only gets worse the way I came from, and he said, well, that's the way he came from, and I flabbergasted. Incredible. Haven't seen one other person since I dropped that guy off at the tractor where the water was. I haven't seen one other person since then up here. I was gonna stop and get a view. This is a pretty good view right here. I was gonna stop back there at the viewpoint, but it's already past 8 o'clock, so I'm trying to get to camp and get set up before it gets too much darker up here. I want to have a fire going before it gets dark, and I want to have my tent all put up, my bed made. So I only have about an hour and 20 minutes till it's dark. I didn't look at the moon forecast, so I don't know what kind of moon we're having. It feels pretty cold out there right now. I think it's 55 degrees out there right now, and the sun hasn't set, so I'm a little concerned with the temperature tonight. But I got Bodhi with me. He likes snuggling in my sleeping bag with me, and he keeps me pretty warm. It's amazing the difference just with a little animal in your sleeping bag with you. Alright, we're just a couple of miles from camp. I'll see you there. Alright, this is what dropping down into camp looks like. It always reminds me of dropping, or not dropping into. It always reminds me of like walking through Shrek's swamp. What are you doing in my swamp? Well, I'm coming crystal collecting in your swamp. That's what this place reminds me of. Especially because of that big boulder. If you watched my first video up here, then you maybe saw the giant boulder that's down by the creek. And it reminds me of when Donkey says, "Hey, that's a nice boulder," to Shrek. But it's just it's so enchanting or beautiful down here with all these big old giant rocks and giant trees. The trees right in this exact area right here aren't the biggest, but there's still some big old trees. All the biggest trees have fallen. Now I gotta get out and look right here. This is the creek where I had to drill out and feather and crack a rock last year. I had to drill out some holes and put some feathering wedges. Bust a big old boulder. Oh yeah, and the coast looks clear, easy access. I'd say this is by far the easiest access I've had getting up here. So, pretty stoked about that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, me and Bodhi found a camp spot that we've never camped at before. The old camp spot's just literally up the hill, and then we just came down the road, snaked down the road to here. So we will be calling this home for the next 2 nights. We're gonna make ourselves known here tonight. We're gonna make some noise, hit some rocks, start a fire, and we're gonna split a little bit of wood. We're gonna do some kindling. There's a stream down over here. I didn't know that there was a stream on this side. There's a stream over here that goes into the swamp, Dismal Swamp. So we'll be exploring this area down here, maybe that hillside, places we haven't walked around before. The ground looks nice and wet, so hopefully just walking around we'll be able to find some surface finds. There's been some nice surface finds that come out of here, and also might find a new pocket walking along the ground here. So I'm pretty excited. We're gonna get camp set up and have dinner. Well, the sun just set. It's always beautiful sunsets up here. We're gonna go for a quick walk, and then we got dinner laid out. We're gonna make some sandwiches. Well, I'm gonna make a sandwich, and then I might cook up a hamburger here in a little bit if I'm still hungry. So yeah, the sky is absolutely beautiful. It just smells so good up here. The air is so fresh. Beautiful pink sky. I got my best friend with me, Bodhi. We're gonna have a good dinner, a campfire. I'm gonna have to collect some wood, and we're gonna do some exploring. I know this little hill right here, it's got a lot of holes dug underneath these boulders. Pockets have been found up on that hill. It looks like people have dug right through here. So it might not be a bad thing to be camping somewhere new. I'll get to cover some new ground lower down than where I've previously looked on the higher creek going down to the Dismal Swamp. Want to make as much noise as possible, let myself be known. There's nobody else up here that I've heard or that I can see, which is quite surprising to me. There are some tire tracks though. It looks like people have been through here in the last couple of days. Man, I cannot get over this sky right now. So Dismal Swamp is right over there. This road curves around, goes down to it, goes around it, and goes down through this valley right there. The road to Dismal Swamp gets too tight for my vehicle, so I just park 100 yards or so away from it and walk down to it. But now with us being camped right here, I can cover all of this ground. I'll be checking out that hill, the bottom of this mountain right there, and then I'll be checking out this hill straight across from our camp over there, and then just through here. And I don't know, one of these days I really would like to take a hike up that mountain. I think that's where people have found some topaz. And there is some lighter color rocks right over here on that ridge, right there in on that center hump, that ridge. And some lighter mineralization going through there. There's a couple of spots along the road that goes around the bottom of that mountain down the valley where there's some turnouts where water runs down. So if I do head over to the Boise River, it might be worth stopping and walking up the mountain. Maybe spending a couple of hours over there as well. I'm seeing a lot of pieces of quartz on the ground. So all this sediment or loose dirt that's settled in these rocks, covering pockets. We're covering ground already, covering pockets. Here comes Bodhi just erasing. He's excited about something. I think he heard something over there also. He's excited we're here. I think this is one of his favorite places to come camping also. This is definitely my favorite place in Idaho. Yeah. So we might come poke around and do some digging right here a little bit tomorrow. See what people are after right there. I got a stick in one hand and a rock in the other. Alright. So I've heard a noise off in the background. And it sounds like maybe a baby bear. Kind of concerning. But we got a fire going. Got Bodhi with me. Everything gonna be all right. It is the next morning. It got pretty cold. There is some fog on my window think it got down to about 38 degrees last night. I need a better sleeping bag for colder weather. The sun's coming up, so I might sunbathe here for a minute and get warmed up. And then we're gonna go off over here and look around. Oh, that sun feels so nice. Oh, that sun feels so good on my back. Me and Bodhi are both sunbathing. It got really cold last night. And I probably look like crap because I didn't sleep very well. But it is what it is. Still gonna go hike around, bushwhack, see what we can find. See if we can find some smoky quartz crystals here, or any quartz crystals at all. Hopefully we find something good. I'm gonna crack a Dr. Pepper and drink that. I was gonna make coffee, but I don't have a canister or a bottle to put it in. I forgot my coffee mug at home. I made my coffee yesterday morning and I didn't put it in my coffee mug, so I forgot my mug. But I'll drink my Dr. Pepper, then I'll have a little container to put my coffee in tomorrow morning. So I picked up this creamy coconut limited edition Dr. Pepper. I like Dr. Pepper and I like coconut, so we'll see how this tastes. We'll enjoy this with the sunrise, get warmed up, grab some tools together, and we're gonna go for a hike. I found this. It's actually not a bad contraption. I might have to come back and use this later, actually. Someone built that and left it out here. They must come here often. Or they just decided to leave it here. If that's yours and you see this, shout out. Genius. You know, and who said pugs can't be just as athletic as other dogs? And you just gotta take them with you. They can do it too. Unless they're big old fat lazy pug. Bodhi's making it through all this easier than I am though. Stay out of that water. Hey, Bodhi, leave it. All right, well, there's the old Dismal Swamp. So we're gonna take a look around here. There's some holes people dig in. And we'll see what we can find. I gotta fix my my GoPro strap. It came undone. Wow, it's really dug out. Not seeing a lot of surface finds. Not seeing really any quartz that has flat facing on it down here. I'm just seeing like quartz conglomerates and just big old chunks of quartz. But I haven't found any like flat facing sides or any crystals down here. But yeah, this pit right here, it wasn't, man, it really wasn't dug down this much. You can see all the fresh digging right here and up there. There's a big chunk of solid smoky quartz. And some more. Just no flat facings. Just chunks of quartz. Nope, that looked like something, but it was nothing. Yeah, the mosquitoes are way bad down here. I probably won't last much longer down here by the swamp. Just from the mosquitoes. And I'm really not seeing anything. So I don't know what people have been digging for down here. Well, obviously crystals, but I'm not seeing any signs of finding them. Something here with some flat facing on it. It looks really worn or weathered. Just can't tell. I'll have to get that cleaned up. At first I thought it was some pegmatite, but it looks like quartz. It's kind of got some shapes to it. I'll put that in the basket. I have seen one crystal that came out of here, and it was a fairly large crystal, but it also looked like it had been rolled down a river. And with the swamp being right there, kind of makes sense if these crystals are kind of really worn down from water. We'll keep digging and see what we can find though. We might spend a few minutes right here. A conglomerate. That's the conglomerate. There's a lot of conglomerates. Still have steam rising off the ground in some spots. Lots of this red stone down here too, mixed in with all the quartz. Well, we'll keep moving. Not finding too much digging right here in the wall. I'd really like to find a pocket up on the ridge of some points. And the more time I spend right here, the less hiking around up on the ridge we're doing. So all right, we're heading up the mountain side on that base of the mountain that I wanted to check out. So we're just going up the base of the mountain right now. I am seeing some interesting rocks, chunks of quartz. Try to make it up there towards the ridge. We're halfway up that hill. Look at these pegmatites, Bodhi. I don't know if you can see this, but there's this pegmatic vein, or vein of pegmatites running this way right here. And pegmatites will have some flat facing on them. But right here running up this way. This is interesting, actually. This looks like some sort of prehistoric tool made out of quartz. Chances are it's just a piece of quartz that has weathered and chipped like that, though. These pegmatites do have a lot of flat facing. And they run all the way up this way. Not really seeing anything else on the ground past where we were just looking. Huh. Well, while we're stopped right there for a minute, I might eat a snack and just flip some of those pegmatites and dig under the surface. Just scrape the surface up right there a little bit. Right through here. Well, still haven't found a lot, but beautiful smells and beautiful views and beautiful sounds. Everything's so beautiful here. Just gonna go to the top of this ridge. I'll look around the side of the mountain right here, and then go to the top and make my way down. And then we're gonna go back over to the hill across from camp where I was trying to show you guys where people dig over there before my GoPro died last night. So we'll show you guys that as well. All these beautiful mountain flowers are blooming. Some natural lavender. There's a small little stream coming down right here. Bodhi's getting a nice little drink. Oh, we're getting some crystallization right here. Probably got to go a little bit further up. And it looks like the stream used to come down this way before it was going over that way. So it looks like it's changed direction. So we'll just kind of take a gander up the way the stream used to come down the mountain here. Still haven't seen any critters or animals besides birds and squirrels, chipmunks. I'm trying to take it easy. My left knee and my left leg is still a little sore after last weekend. Last weekend I went with the boys, I went with my buddies, and we hiked up the Cascade Trail going up the Tetons there. So we hiked up the Tetons, did 20 miles last Saturday, all in one day. Well, we're gonna make our way up through here a little bit and zigzag on the mountain. Me and Bodhi are up here almost to the top of the ridge here. We're not finding a whole lot, but we're still gonna go to the top of the ridge, walk around it, and then walk down the other side over here. And then we're gonna head over to that hill over there and poke around and maybe walk along the base line of the hill down there. We'll see what we can find. So far, not a whole lot, just that really worn piece, weathered crystal. Then I did keep another little piece from down there also, just to get it cleaned up. But it's not a crystal. No crystals, no good, perfect crystals yet. I'm hoping we will find one. Hoping. Try to get a better view from up here on the ridge too, to scout out some potential areas. I'm really kind of liking that hill off in the distance over there, with all those dead trees. There's some bald spots on the side of that mountain. I was really thinking, I've spent so much time hiking through the brush up here. Trinity Lake is that way, and I've never hiked there, so I wonder if maybe that's what we'll do in the morning, is hike up to Trinity Lake, or we could do it today, but I think it's 5 miles. So yeah, we could do it this afternoon actually. So maybe that's what we'll do. We'll go check out this hill where people dig along the hill around the boulders and pull crystals out of pockets. We'll dig around in a spot for a little bit. I've come here so much. It is one of my favorite places, but I'm getting bored of it. And if it has more to offer, I want to see what else it has to offer. So I've read that the trail to Trinity Lakes is beautiful. So we'll do that hike instead of looking for crystals anymore, other than just another hour or two. We're back over to the spot where people have got some massive holes going on, like this massive hole under this boulder right here. They're pulling out some matrix pieces with some pegmatite and quartzite formations on them. There's holes all up and down this hill like that, under big rocks and around them. Hey, Bodhi. Another chunk of smoky. No points yet though, so no crystals yet, but we'll keep looking, see what we can find. Well, I'm not finding much of anything except for that one spot down lower where I was digging around a little bit. Just a bunch of quartz pieces right there in that one spot. Just finding a few other random holes up here, but no more quartz pieces along the surface. So I might dig around a little bit more where I found those pieces of quartz on the surface. And then we're gonna be heading to Trinity Lake. I've never been there before. It's just south of here, a few miles. I was thinking about packing camp up and finding a spot along the Boise River to camp. But if we're gonna do Trinity Lake this afternoon, I'm just gonna keep camp where we're at so we can take off and head home in the morning. It's a long drive, so I really don't wanna hike to Trinity Lake tomorrow and then drive home afterwards. So I think we'll do it today. Well, Bodhi came and found me. Dug around for 10-15 more minutes, haven't found anything more, so we're gonna leave and head back to camp. We're gonna make some lunch, eat a sandwich real quick, then we're gonna drive on up to Trinity Lake and go for a hike. Nothing better than a sandwich for lunch. I got the Cajun turkey, peppered Cajun turkey. So good. All right, you guys, it's getting a little crazy. I just found a bear tooth. Well, honestly, I don't know what kind of tooth. Looks like a bear tooth, but it is a tooth, and it looks like possibly the canine. I don't know. I found a crystal right here on the ground, so I started digging around a little bit. But then I just found this bear tooth somewhere right here. I don't know if I dug it out or if it was on the surface. It's old. Whatever kind of tooth it is, it's way old. Interesting. That's really cool. No, I haven't. I know I haven't found any crystals, but this reminds me why this is my favorite place to camp in Idaho. Idaho is so beautiful. The Sawtooths are that way, the Sawtooth National Forest, and the Boise River that cuts through the south side of the Sawtooths. And then Boise, I think, is 40 miles that way. Excuse me. And you can see all the mountain peaks from up here. We'll be driving up the road even further up. And it is just gorgeous from up here. I love when there's no haze from forest fires. This is what you get when there's no forest fires in the area, and it's so beautiful. I love it. See this road I'm driving on? There are logs all throughout this road. I'd say it's a medium to high difficulty navigating around all these logs. But if you know your vehicle, if you know your truck, I mean, it's fairly easy. There's just some parts where it's kind of sketchy. I gotta roll down my window. My trick is I get as close as I can on my driver's side if I think I can clear it on the right side. All right, well, you guys saw the road we came down, right? Given they're taking a different turn on the way out, and they probably didn't come up the same road I did. But I am surprised to see that Honda up here, Honda car. Amazing. Guess it doesn't open until July 15th. I think we have another mile. Until the trailhead. Guess we'll find out. Yeah, I think this was the move. Going for a hike. Walking down a road, beautiful view in the background. Instead of digging for crystals, at least just this once. Yeah, I know what I'm getting here, except for I don't know what I'm getting here. I don't know if you can see that. Oh boy, there's other people up here, but this looks like it came behind them. I don't know. Oh boy. That looks like a baby bear. Those are the only prints I see. They look fairly old, actually. Looks like they've been walked on, rained on. However, I'm gonna be very careful. I do not have bear spray with me. I just got that thing on me. Nope, 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 nope. Why do dogs always roll in dead stuff? Dog's right here trying to roll in a dead fish. You know better. Oh wow, that tree right there tipped over on the edge of the lake. Bodhi, get out of there. Get out of there. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Be civilized. Don't roll on dead stuff. Come on. Good boy. This sign right here says we're in bear country. I'm supposed to have my dog on a leash. I have his harness, but I did leave the leash at the truck. Unfortunately, but we're not spending too much time. We're walking up and back. It just says that dogs antagonize bears, which is fair. I don't know if Bodhi will really antagonize a bear, but knowing pugs, he's probably going to antagonize it and then some if we see one. We did see some footprints. There's a dead fish on the beach right there. I'd say it's not too shabby when you have the whole lake to yourself. Beautiful. I think we'll find a table. They got picnic tables set up around here with little fire pits. I think me and Bodhi will find a little table and hang out for a couple hours here and relax. I'll let Bodhi get in the water if he wants to. Absolutely beautiful here. I think I know just the spot we're going. It's right across the way. Me and Bodhi found a nice little picnic area right here on this rock. What do you think, Bodhi? Is this a good idea? He just got out of the water. He was hot after walking over here. I think we're about 1.5 miles from where we had to park the truck. And so that brings us where we're at. Heard some branch break over there. I don't see no critter though. I just enjoyed myself some peanuts and a fig bar, strawberry fig. Delicious. Then I'll have myself some water before we head back. Oh, and I also had some peanut M&Ms because you can never go too far without some peanut M&Ms. Delicious. I think we'll hang out here for a couple hours and just chill on this rock and relax. I've needed a little bit of a break. So that's what we're gonna do, and then we'll head back to the truck. Again, such a beautiful lake. Me and Bodhi, we hung out for a while. We are now walking. We are headed back to the truck. I think there's another lake on the other side of this ridge, further up the other road. The road splits. One goes down to here and the other one goes further up. And I believe that one also goes to another lake or possibly another trailhead. There is a trailhead at the end of this road. And again, I guess this road opens for vehicles from like July 15th till the end of August or September. I'll have to look at the sign again to remember the exact end date. So it's only open for vehicles for a short period of time. However, if you're a backpacker, this would be the prime location to backpack in. It's really just a short distance after a long drive up a dirt road. And it's fairly secluded and it's just beautiful. You got snow-capped mountains right there in the background, beautiful giant rocks, boulders, and when you get down there near the water you can see how crystal clear it is. Idaho is so beautiful. Idaho is underrated. Seriously underrated. We saw some other people. It looks like they were trying to find a place to overland for the night. All their rigs were set up for overlanding. They all had a hard top on the back of their truck, the tent, and some gear. Eventually that's what I would like to do. Or maybe even like a little overlander type trailer. after the hike and driving back to camp, we stopped at a viewpoint at the way back to camp. And we got back to camp, made some hamburgers, and I decided it was early enough that we could pack up and try to make it home by about 11. So that's what we did. I got camp packed up in like 20-25 minutes. I'm pretty tired. I had no more energy left in me, and I didn't feel like walking around anymore to look for crystals. And I would rather sleep in my bed tonight if I could. And it got down to, I said like 36 or 38 degrees, but I looked at my truck. It got down to about 24 degrees last night. And we were back in a little pocket in the mountains, and so all that cold just sank in and crept into the pocket where we were. It got super cold. I'm really lucky I had Bodhi with me though, because he kept me really warm. Well, a lot warmer than I would have been. Anyways, we're gonna head home. I gotta keep my eyes on the road. I've seen a few deer already, and I see one more up here on the road right now. And he ran off the road. All right. We've made it back. We got these rocks all cleaned up. I'm gonna try to keep this short. We didn't find too many cool rocks. We're still gonna do the drawing, like I mentioned, at the end of this video. So we're gonna do the drawing real quick after I just show you guys what we found. The best things that we found were right here in the campsite. I really wanted to look around on the other side of the creek that ran behind the campsite, but I never did. After looking at this piece of picture jasper more, it looks like it's possible debitage. I'm not sure if there's any picture jasper along the Boise River or in the mountains around there. So it kind of looks like debitage. I think that was probably the coolest finds, was that piece of picture jasper and then this semi-petrified tooth. It's really weird because the enamel, if it is a tooth, the enamel is really worn off. But you can kind of see along the gum line, or under the gum line, looks like possible roots or veins. Like the little roots that would have held it in place. I don't know. Anyways, really cool finds. The really big rock that I kept, that we found down there in the pit right next to the swamp, it ended up just being a piece of conglomerate. So we did find some flat faces though. We did dig around in a couple of spots, didn't find any crystals though, but we had a beautiful hike. The Trinity Lakes area is so beautiful. I definitely cannot wait to get back. Let's show you guys what's up for grabs in this drawing. This drawing, I only had 5 comments. If you like what you watched in this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. And I'm going to try to get more comments. I'm going to keep doing these giveaways and these drawings for rocks that I find on our adventures. I think that really helps, and people get some really cool free stuff. I do ship them out. I even add tracking to it, and I'll send you the tracking number. Let's show you guys what's up for grabs, and then we'll do a drawing from the hat. So this is what we have. I'm gonna give away a couple of quartz crystals, one smaller one and then a pretty good sized one. It's not even been cleaned up yet, so you'll be able to clean that up yourself and see what it looks like. A couple pieces of agate, and then this is the sister rock to that bigger piece of agate that we found. It has some really nice reds and purples in there. Can't really see it too well right now, but when it's cleaned up and wet or polished, it'll look beautiful. And then we have a couple of thunder eggs. We got a halved thunder egg cleaned up. So these are from the geodes and agate video. We found a few thunder eggs. If there's a pocket inside them, technically they fall under a geode category. This one feels pretty solid, so whoever gets this lot can split this or saw it in half and see what the center looks like. It should look similar to this one. So let's go ahead and do the drawing and see who gets to get sent this lot. So let's go ahead and do the drawing and we'll see who gets to take the lot. And the winner of this lot is JKit4147. So congratulations to JKit4147. I will reach out by commenting on your comment. If you see this or if you see my comment, be sure to email me at the email found on my YouTube page. I have my email listed on there, or you can also reach out to me on another means also listed on there. So congratulations for winning the lot. There's some really cool rocks in there, a couple of cool agates, a couple of crystals, and some thunder eggs. Congratulations. And as always, everybody, thanks for adventuring with Jaren. Until next time, I'll see you on the next adventure.